evening, Lake Orion. We're coming to you live from the 2017 Annual Jubilee Show. This is the first year we're actually doing this show. We're really excited. We have a lot of great things for you. Today is Friday, June 23rd. For ONTV, I'm Shannon along with my partner, Griffin Stroin. And in the next hour, we'll be bringing you information about this year's Jubilee and what to look forward this summer in LO.
So it's a beautiful day here at the Jubilee. A little overcast, Shannon, but you know what? The wind's strong. It's not too hot. It's
The
a little
sun's peeking out.
Sun's peeking. Everything's good. But you know, here at the Jubilee, there's lots of rides, lots of entertainment, fun for all ages here at the Jubilee. During the upcoming broadcast, we really hope to entertain you with stories on, you know, local events going on this summer and maybe teach you a little bit about the history of this Jubilee.
Yeah, Griffin, we have a great lineup of stories, if I do say so myself, talking about the various different members of this community, local businesses, and upcoming events. So stay tuned and you'll catch all of it.
And, you know, more specifically, we'll talk about events such as like Dragon on the Lake and the local car show, Lake Orion's annual fireworks, and much more. So make sure you come on to the Jubilee this weekend. The event kicked off yesterday and runs until Sunday. So the times are shown on your screen right now. The Jubilee runs from noon to 11 p.m. today and tomorrow. But then on Sunday, it will close a little bit early. It'll open up at noon, but it'll close at 6 p.m.
Yeah, so make sure you got to come out. Considering the rides and tickets, like the amazing rides that are right behind us, you can get a ride wristband for $20 and are good for all Friday and Sunday and only until 5 p.m. on Saturday. If you don't want a flashy wristband, don't know why you wouldn't, but you can also purchase tickets. There's $1 per ticket, or you can buy a sheet for 50 tickets for $50. And generally, the rides are about 2 to 5 tickets each.
And so throughout this broadcast, we'll have a man on the street, or should I say a woman on the street. ONTV's very own Melissa Kratt is right in the middle of all the action here at the Jubilee, giving us the atmosphere of the spectacular event.
Yeah, and we're so glad to have Melissa with us today and get in all the action. So we're going to throw it over to her right now and see what she's going to give us throughout the show. To you, Melissa.
Thanks, guys. So my name is Melissa Kratt, and I am out here in the middle of all the fun and the games that's happening out here at the Carnival. So what we have going on, there is a lovely obstacle course right over here, and it's Harry Potter theme actually, which is pretty cool. A ton of kids have been going on that. There right behind me is a choo-choo train actually, and there's been riders on that since we have been here. And over there, there is another ride of, it's called Gee Whiz, and it just takes people up and down and looks crazy and really fun, and a ton of people have been going on it. So, and there's a ton of people out here, and everyone's having a great time, and obviously they're really enjoying themselves. And now let's go back to Griffin and Shannon to continue the show.
Awesome, Melissa. Looks like everyone's having a great time. Got to head over to that obstacle course, Harry Potter themed. I mean,
I'll race you.
Okay. I'll hold you to it.
But we're going to take a short break, and when we return, we'll have more information on who put together this great event every year.
Stay tuned.
Of our facility. After that, you can register for one of our production courses. Both the studio and field production courses are only $10 for Lake Orion residents and $25 for non-residents. For more information about ONTV production classes, feel free to call us at 248-393-1060 or go to orionontv.org and click register now to sign up for classes. We hope to see you soon.
with the first ever live on location Jubilee show. We just gave you an overview of the events that are taking place over the summer here in LO. But what about the organization that puts this whole thing together, Griffin?
Yeah, you're right, Shannon. These events are not easy to put together. But, you know, we're very fortunate in Lake Orion to have the Lake Orion Lions Club to help us put this event together, and they do it every year. So, you know, every year, thousands of people come to this event, and they look forward to the Lake Orion Jubilee. From the fun rides to the good food, they're just excited for this event, and they just cannot wait for this event to happen. And this event would not be possible if it was not for the Lake Orion Lions Club. It's the Lions Club 100th year here in Lake Orion, and they've made a huge impact on the community throughout their 100 years. Year after year, the Lions Club puts on this Jubilee, and the community continues to love and support it, obviously by the amount of people that you can see behind me and just in the streets and enjoying the time here. All the proceeds from this Jubilee are going to the Lions Club, but they put it to very good use. Last year, they used it to fundraise money for kids to have eye screenings under the age of 6 to try and help prevent diseases and other things like that. So you know that it's very good, but our very own Amy Jinez met with a member of the Lions Club to discuss the Jubilee.
So the Lions Club Jubilee is always a great time for families. Every year brings something different. I caught up with Jack Patton and Mary Spatafor to find out more.
Well, the rides, I know there'll be a couple new rides. We can put in a larger ride. At least this year, we don't know what's going to happen next year. But we normally bring in about 12 to 15 rides. And they might be a little different, but they all do the same and everybody has fun. It's a whole family event. That's what we built it around. So.
Okay.
We also have food so that our people at the beer tent can also enjoy some local food.
The Lake Orion Horseshoe Club has opened up their gates, and we've talked to them, and so they're volunteering their time. And it's just more activities. It's not so much about making money. It's about activities, and it helps them promote their club as well. And then Saturday morning at 8 o'clock, 8 to 10:30, 11 o'clock is a pancake breakfast, and that is put on by the Lake Orion United Methodist Church men's group, and they put that on, and all proceeds goes to them. It would be really helpful if other people in the community wants to use this tent during the downtime when the beer tent's not open. They're more than willing. They can just bring it to the committee, and if they have a specialty thing they want to do, a fashion show. We've had people last year, it was a music school from Oxford. They entertained from, it was like 10 o'clock to like 4 o'clock until the other band came in. So, and the other thing we're doing Saturday morning from the race starts at 11. Our registration is at 10 o'clock, and it's the big wheel race for ages 4 to 8. And the top 3 winners of the age groups will get a wristband, which they can ride, and then also a trophy. So it's just another thing to bring the community back and work together. It's a family thing, and we get a lot of kids doing the big wheel race. It's just a lot of fun. All we ask is them bring their own helmets, because we provide the big wheels. Unless they have their own big wheel they like to race, and they're more than welcome to bring their own big wheel.
All right, what an amazing organization that we have here in Lake Orion, putting on amazing events and especially giving back to the community. So kudos to them, really. So, although the Jubilee does end on Sunday, that does not mean that the fun for the summer ends here in the summer in LO. So, the second year of LO America's Summer kicked off just yesterday and runs until the 4th. The week-long event has a wide range of activities for people of all ages, young, old, families, everyone. The event has already collected 15 sponsors supporting events such as the pub crawl and restaurant week. Bacardi is the named sponsor of the famous pub crawl that takes place next Thursday, the 29th, and will visit bars of Lake Orion such as Sagebrush, right down the street, and G's Pizzeria, Bad Brad's, and more. Of course, you have to be 21 and up to participate, but it's a huge event in Lake Orion. Their other title event is Restaurant Week, which is sponsored by Lockhart's and offers residents and families discounts to many local restaurants such as Honest to Goodness, Cruise and Mirrors, and more. So this event is not just for local businesses in Lake Orion. They have so many events going on in the community, at the library, even on Lake Orion they have the Slow Road. So if you're interested in any of these events or buying tickets or such, you can visit LakeOrionAmericanSummer.org to purchase tickets and look at schedules. Brian Burney, the creator of LO American Summer, tells us what really inspired this event and his plans for the next week.
That came out, a couple years ago when I was actually in Caseville, Michigan for the Cheeseburger and Caseville Festival. And I was at the parade there, and I just thought, this is something that Lake Orion could totally do and probably do a lot better. We've got, so many awesome business people. We've got so many great leaders in the community. And just the people that live here, I know would embrace this. So that's when the idea started to happen. And it's really just, we've been running around like crazy trying to get this thing going. So yeah, we're here in year 2. Things are going great. The pub crawl is scheduled for June 29th. The restaurant week's the June 26th to June 30th. Lockhart's is the sponsor, so they've been awesome and supportive the whole time. And then Bacardi's the title sponsor of the pub crawl.
And we're back. Shannon, I definitely know when I turn 21, I will definitely be partaking in that bar.
I will join you, Griffin. I will for sure join you.
But so, as we said, the Jubilee officially kicked off yesterday after the annual ribbon cutting ceremony that took place. Throughout the week, many people have spent countless hours setting up this great event, and from up the spinny rides to the food, everything has just been great. Personally, if you're like me, you probably need that food after the spinny rides. Definitely. It upsets my stomach a little bit.
Yeah, same here. I'm with you, Griffin.
But the Jubilee will be running throughout the weekend, today and tomorrow. The Jubilee will be open at noon and will close at 11 for today and on Saturday. And once again on Sunday, it will close a little bit earlier at 6 o'clock. So make sure you get here for a full day of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to miss out on these great rides. I know Griffin and I went on some earlier, and it was a blast. So you have to come out. The ribbon cutting took place yesterday as a ceremonial kickoff to the Jubilee. Chamber of Commerce members came together to celebrate the 41st annual Jubilee. Can't believe it's been going on for so long. The Chamber of Commerce Director Kim Urbanowski presented the Lions Club with a ribbon cutting to celebrate all they have done for the community and their great success for the Jubilee so far. Many highlighter colored shirts sprinkled the opening as the Jubilee as the Lions Club's members showed up for the event. Amy caught up with Kim Urbanowski beforehand to discuss putting together this event.
This year marks the first year that the Lake Orion Lions Club Jubilee was opened with a ribbon-cutting ceremony. I caught up with Orion Area Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Kim Urbanowski to find out more.
So the Chamber of Commerce, we do a lot of ribbon cuttings for different reasons. So we have ribbon cuttings for people who just joined the Chamber. They may have been in business for years, but they are a new member to us. So we celebrate that with the ribbon cutting. We also do, grand reopenings, all kinds of different celebrations call for a ribbon cutting. And we're just, I travel around with my scissors, so any excuse to have a ribbon cutting, everybody loves it. It's a lot of fun. It's a big show, it's a big show. So there's a whole carnival going on downtown and a lot of fun and a lot of noise and good food and smells and things. So why not bring those big scissors out and just give them a good old use,
Right.
All right.
And so for a little bit of history about the Jubilee is an event in Lake Orion that dates back more than 40 years. The tradition started in 1976 and has been a huge part of the community ever since, and especially during the summer. The event used to coincide with the 4th of July. It's been pushed a little bit forward, which doesn't affect anything though. And so then back in 2009, the fair moved to Canterbury Village due to construction down here in the village and then downtown. But 5 years later, the Jubilee returned to downtown, and the response from the crowd and from everyone has been tremendous.
Absolutely. It's great to have it back here. The Lions Club in-service has run this event to fundraise money, and they will give back to the community. The Jubilee is the Lions Club's, believe it or not, second biggest fundraiser next to their Christmas auction. It's unbelievable. This isn't the first, considering how many people come out for the event. But they raise about $80,000 a year and give about 2/3 back to the community. So incredible organization that keeps on giving back. Our very own Evie Hanez talked to Jack Patton from the Lions Club about more history about the Jubilee.
The Lake Orion Jubilee has been a long-standing tradition of the Lions Club. I caught up with co-chair of the Jubilee, Jack Patton, to find out more about its history.
It It started in 1976. That was the first Jubilee. And it was always a family event and a fundraiser for the Lions Club. Well, primarily, it used to be at St. Joe's Catholic Church, and then they brought it to the village. And then they had streetscape construction going on, so then we had to move it out to Canterbury Village. And we were out there for 4 years. And then we came back into the village because Canterbury sold their building to a church, so we had to come back into the village, and people welcomed us with open arms.
As the event continues, so does the excitement down the street with Melissa at the Jubilee, and she takes in the sights and the sounds here.
So let's throw it over to Melissa and let's see what's going on around her. Maybe she'll bring us an elephant ear or two.
Maybe.
Melissa?
Thanks, guys. So I'm here with a couple of nice young men that I met here at the
I'm Brandon. And I'm Brock.
It's nice to meet you guys. So, how's the carnival been so far?
I've really enjoyed the carnival this year. Like, I think it's really interesting how they move the rides around every year, but it's also a new atmosphere while at the same time being the same atmosphere as the years before. I really like the games, like the coin games down there, or like the dart games. And I love going on the rides that's been around over here in this one right here. I don't know what it's called, and I also like to see the little kids playing. And it's really nice to see how, like, when I was that age, it's kind of nice to see that same thing again.
For sure. Now, what about you?
I honestly just love the games here. It's always a lot of fun just to see everyone hanging out, playing. I love coming here with my friends, meeting new people like you, and honestly just having a good time with everyone around here in the community, just having a great time all together.
I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. So have you been here in years past?
I have been here. I've come here every year for the past few years because I've been living in Lake Orion pretty much my whole life, and I've grown up with this fair actually. Like, it's really nice to see how everything. It's almost like it does change, but I know it doesn't change at the same time. It's nice to see that it returns every single year, so it's like the same atmosphere.
Yeah, I've come here almost every year of my life, honestly, and personally, this is like one of those flagships of summer for me, because when I see the fair coming around, I see the posters for the Jubilee coming up, I know that it's like summer's coming up and it's actually happening, and I'm actually out of school, and it always just gets me really excited to start the summer on it, actually.
Definitely. So what has been your favorite thing to do here so far today?
Favorite thing today? I think I might have to say the zipper. It's a good classic ride to go on, and it flips you around so many times. It's a nice fun one to do with your friends.
What about you?
Yeah, definitely the zippers, and it's one of the funnest rides here. I love it, honestly. It whips you all around. It's awesome.
Do you guys prefer the games or the rides?
I do enjoy the games a lot, but I probably have to say the rides because that's what really makes it. Yeah, you can waste your money on games and everything, but the rides are really what make it, and you don't get to play those too often because the games you can really play at like any arcade you go to or anything, but the rides are really what make it special.
I love both, honestly. I love playing games, and I love stuff, and I love doing both with my friends. It really doesn't matter to me. I honestly just love doing everything here, just all day, everything here. I just love it.
Are you guys going to come back more this weekend, or is this your only day?
I might come back tomorrow. I'm hoping I can because it's always fun to just like waste your time here and just really hang out and see the people you can't see.
Definitely a good time waster if you don't know what to do and you're bored.
I just love coming down here. Like I said, it's a good place to just hang out with friends. Honestly, let's find something to do. It's just a good day.
What about food? Have you guys had any of the carnival food?
I have had the food. I always enjoy a nice elephant ear if I can have it, and I like the hot Italian pizza. I always love the classic lemonade that they have.
Definitely.
It's all really good. I don't really buy any of it most of the time, I will admit, but from the stuff I have had, I like it a lot. It's really greasy. It's really good.
Of course, carnival food has to be greasy. What's otherwise the point of it? So guys, I mean, coming here today, hanging out with friends, like, is this something that you wish happened more often?
I do wish that it could happen more often. It's just the sad part is we do live in Michigan where we have 4 seasons in one day. So it could rain or snow at any time, even during the summer. I remember at about this time last year it snowed really lightly for a good minute. But I really wish that this would happen more often, and I wish it could expand out more if possible. But yeah, I really do enjoy the carnival.
I always love community events like this. Just things like this, dragging on the lake at the end of the summer. Like, I do wish more community events that got everyone in the community a bit more involved, a bit more enthusiastic about being a part of Lake Orion. Because I love this city, and I just wish more people felt that way.
Thanks, guys, for joining me. So we're going to head back to the anchors to continue the show.
Oh, they sound like great guys. What do you think?
Yeah, just the fact that they went on that zipper ride, a little, I've seen
props
it, it goes
to
flips
them,
and
really.
circles. I would be,
On the floor.
sick
Yeah.
as could be, for
I
sure.
could not do it. All right, so are you interested in film and or broadcast? Well, good news for you. Down at ONTV, you have the opportunity to take part in a newscast just like this one. ONTV provides a 5-week class teaching the ins and outs of the broadcast industry. We provide a class on in-the-field experience where you get to learn about handheld cameras and shooting on location like reporters do in the field. If that's not quite your style, they also offer a studio class where you get to learn how to create your very own show that could air on TV. So, if you are interested in this, it is $10 for residents of Lake Orion and $25 for non-residents. So you can, if you're interested in becoming a director, a producer, a cameraman, an anchor, just like us, then you can go on down and to our website at orionontv.org, or you can contact us at 248-393-1060.
And so the 2016-2017 school year has officially wrapped up, which means that graduation took place. And so the Lake Orion High School, they gained 570 more alumni as the class of 2017 finally graduated. So we want to say congratulations to the class of 2017. May you have great success in whatever endeavors you encounter, but remember, you will always be a graduate.
Man, it seems like just yesterday we graduated, doesn't it?
I definitely know when I was going up the stairs too, I tripped Shannon, so...
Hopefully not too many of that happen this year.
But with that, we're going to throw it to a short break.
Right. Coming up next, we will have interviews with the Chamber of Commerce director, more information on concerts this summer, and we'll throw it back to Melissa to gather the scene at the Jubilee. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The United States Air Force has a proud history of leading our nation in embracing diversity. We've been reaching new heights for years by understanding it's our individual experiences which make us strong. You can share in this success by seeking opportunities to learn and grow as a member of a diverse team. We are the world's greatest Air Force, not because of what we do, but who we are. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
You'd do anything to take care of that spot on your lawn. So why not take care of that spot on your skin? If you're a man over 50, you're in the group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the cancer that kills one person every hour. Check your skin for suspicious or changing spots. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out what to look for. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Hey, it's ONTV here. Now, have you ever had the urge to create your own TV show? Or just wanted to see what goes behind the scenes of making one? Well, we have just the program for you. ONTV offers production classes, which allow you to take control and create the programs you want them to be. To get started, all you have to do is sign up for a free orientation, and then register for one of our production courses. For more information, feel free to call us at 248-393-1060, or go to orionontv.org and click Register Now to sign up for classes. We hope to see you soon.
Drownings are a leading cause of death for young children. Simple safety steps are the best way to prevent these tragedies. Make sure kids learn how to swim. Always watch them in and around water. Properly fence all pools and stay away from drains. Consider the steps you take, then add a few more. Because you never know which pool safety step will save a life until it does. Simple steps save lives. To learn some new ones, visit poolsafely.gov.
We are back with the first ever live on-location show for the Jubilee. So far we have discussed the history of the Jubilee and who and what went into making this event happen.
And next, we will talk about upcoming concerts, car shows, and just first, a little information about us. So, if you want to watch this full live show of the Jubilee, you can watch it on your local TV. Along with our newscast and many other shows, you can watch us on Comcast on channels 10, 20, and 22, and channel 99 for AT&T. You can also check out our website, ONTV.org, to find our links to our social media outlets. Check us out.
So every day, people from all over the community come to the village to do many different activities, from eating at their favorite restaurants here, like Sagebrush behind me, or going to the children's park, or just walking around and enjoying the sights and the views of the village. It's a beautiful place for everything like that. But did you know that there is a village manager? And as of April 3rd, we got a new village manager. His name is Joe Young. We interviewed Joe Young, but unfortunately the playback is not working right now. But so I will sum up what he said. Pretty much it was his first time here being the village manager while the Jubilee is back, and he was really looking forward to the challenge. It's definitely not an easy thing to put together, as we've been talking about, but he has been up to the challenge, and he said it was not even difficult for him. He was able to operate it so well. You know, he had to do stuff like close the roads so that people and the rides could come through and everything like that. He had to hire security and stuff like that. But more than anything, he was just very excited to give back to the community and put on this great Jubilee for everyone. So Joe Young, congratulations to you. A great job with your first Jubilee.
Absolutely, and we are so lucky to have him here at the village, and welcome absolutely down to our wonderful town of Lake Orion, helping us out. It's wonderful. I actually met with him yesterday. He's a wonderful guy. So are you looking to sit back, relax, and listen to some great music this summer? Well, the Lake Orion annual Concerts in the Park is back again for this summer. Concerts will be weekly on Sundays from 2 to 4 p.m., and the series will run from July 9th to September 3rd. And will feature many different bands. The concerts will take place at the gazebo at the Children's Park and are open to the public for free, so make sure you come down and listen to some absolutely great music. Now, the Concerts in the Park have recently partnered up with the 20 Front Street, which I know they have a creamery there. They have different venues for artists to come, and so it'd be a great place to go down. We caught up with Tim Williams at 20 Front Street for more on this event. However, due to technical difficulties, as Griffin said, we are not able to show that tonight. But he basically did discuss the many different artists that are coming. You can see the set list on your screen now. He discussed many of the different artists. He said that the Escaping Pavement has quite the following, and they're really excited to get them down to the park this summer and check them out. Also, I know personally, actually, I know Grace Elizabeth Lee. She's a beautiful singer. She's 16 years old and very, very talented. Actually, I think she's 17 now, but you should really go check her out, little folksy music. And then Jennifer Kinser, I was actually a part of her development program, and she puts on a wonderful show. Her girls are so talented and so young. So definitely make sure you come out and visit 20 Front Street. It just opened up, and make sure that you come out to the Concerts in the Park. Again, that is on Sundays from 2 to 4 at the Children's Park gazebo. So make sure you check it out.
And so if you can't make it on Sundays to the park, then the Wildwood Amphitheater is also another destination for concerts this summer. So the concerts will be running all summer long, taking place on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Tickets will be free to the public. And the following set list that is on your screen, featuring bands such as the Motor City Brass Band, the Paint Creek Boys, and more. So if you are interested in coming out to these concerts, you can call 248-391-0304, extension 305, or you can visit oriontownship.org.
Now, the businesses of Lake Orion are a great tribute to the whole town, which is a huge community. We have so many local businesses. So the Chamber of Commerce takes a big part in Lake Orion's every day-to-day businesses and have their own part in the Jubilee every year. So Amy met with Kim Urbanowski, the director of the Chamber, to get her outlook on how the Chamber is involved in this event.
Even though the Lions Club has been a loyal member of the Chamber of Commerce for many years, this is not the first time that the Lions Club and the Chamber of Commerce have collaborated on the Jubilee. I caught up with Orion Area Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Kim Urbanowski to find out more.
Well, we're involved with the Jubilee because the Lake Orion Lions Club is a member of ours, and they've been a member of ours for a number of years. But we haven't yet done anything with them in terms of celebrating the opening of it. So this will be the first time that I think that we've done that, that I can think of, and that I've asked others as well, and they've said we've never done anything like this. But they've been members for a long time. You know, there's an excitement that's going on. I think it started last year. Well, it starts every year. I know that the Jubilee is the kickoff, the official kickoff to summer, right? You know, it's the first fireworks that happen, and everybody looks forward to it. I know that, you know, my kids have been looking forward to it all year. As soon as it's done, they're like, when are we doing this again? So we decided to get involved in the Jubilee this year just because it's a nice thing to do in support of one of the biggest community events that we have, you know. Kids are out of school, and it won't even be 1 week until the Jubilee starts. So it's very exciting. We always support wonderful community events like this, and we're just looking forward to being able to celebrate one of our greatest treasures in the township. We promote. We promote the businesses and the nonprofits that grow our community, and of course the Lions Club is a major part of that. And the involvement with a lot of our members in the Jubilee is already there. You know, their sponsorship, you can look on their sponsor letters, and it's a great deal of the people that we already support in the chamber. So there's this just ongoing sort of, and so we promote it as much as we can, right? We have tools at our disposal. We have our e-newsletters and our Facebook page, and of course, you know, talking to you, of course. So anything that we can do to support our members in that way, but you know, hopefully that we can continue to connect all those dots for our membership.
Now, Detroit, as we all know, is known as the Motor City. Cars are a huge part of our community, and many of us people enjoy different cars, different sizes, different shapes, different horsepower, different types, and that's because of, you know, we're so heavily impacted by the car economy with GM, Ford, Chrysler, all those cars being right next to us. But so you should come on down to Culver's on August 5th for the Classic Car Show. Many classic cars will be on display. It's a perfect event for everybody, for car enthusiasts who really know everything about cars, but then there are also people like me who really don't know much about cars or what they're made of or anything like that. As you can just enjoy the looks of them. I mean, look at those beautiful cars on your screen. Just a good eye candy thing to look at and to see some very different, interesting cars. So once again, that is on August 5th at Culver's. Make sure you attend the Classic Car Show.
Yeah, I'm with you, Griffin. I do not know too much about cars, but my dad absolutely does. So I know he will be for sure interested in events and many other car lovers out there. So one thing to keep in mind during the Jubilee is that the businesses down in the village are still open. So usually people get caught up with the rides and the foods and the different activities going on, but make sure you stop into our local businesses down on Broadway Street and down in the village because they are still open and they're looking for your business. So when it gets hot here at the Jubilee, you need a break. You need a break from those spinny rides that we were talking about earlier. So go on in, sit down, cool off, have something to eat, something to enjoy, browse the shops. We caught up with Lake Orion's DDA, Molly Lalone, and she reminds us fully this message of just go out, have a good time, but make sure you absolutely stop into many different businesses, especially throughout the year, because we're here, we're local, and it's good to have a community full of local businesses.
So now, Shannon, I mean, there are a ton of things to do here at the Jubilee over the summer here in Lake Orion. I mean, there are so many things to do this summer.
Absolutely, it's crazy. And I didn't even know about half of this. It seems like Lake Orion is just jam-packed. More people should come to Lake Orion and take part in these events. So, you know, speaking of which, let's check in on Melissa, our reporter in the field, and see what she's up to. Melissa?
Thanks, guys. So I'm here and
Chance.
Nice to meet you guys. So, how are you enjoying the carnival?
I think it's pretty fun. It's really good for downtown to bring everybody out and, you know, just have a good time.
It's good to get out of the house for once and enjoy this beautiful weather.
Can definitely agree with that. It has been pretty nice out. So, your favorite?
The zipper.
I'd say eat lots of food and hang out with people.
What are your guys' favorite carnival food?
I'd say fingers.
agree that myself. I'm a sissy when it comes to rides.
The rides get a little too much sometimes, but so do you guys come every year?
Yes.
Every once in a while.
Really good for everybody because you can just finally meet somewhere and just hang out with everybody and just have a good time.
Yeah, it's good to bring everyone in Lake Orion together, even what it's like to be downtown.
Getting an interview. Now I have a second guest. And what's your name?
My name is Cisco.
And how are you enjoying the carnival?
I find it pretty enjoyable to see all the families here having a good time. Just checked out the beer tent, pretty nice there too. I've been living in Lake Orion for a long time, and seeing this every year really just brings me here just to see all the fun stuff that's available to everybody here.
So you come down every year then?
Just come to check it out, have some deep fried Oreos and whatnot, pick out on the elephant ears. So.
Yeah. What about your rides? Do you ride any?
Well, I got kind of too big for those after a while, but my favorite one was definitely the pirate ship that goes back and forth. Definitely one of my favorites as a kid. But the rides look good.
What about food? What's your favorite?
Food? Chicken on a stick. Surprisingly, really good. Maybe a little underrated, but definitely a good choice for me.
Understandable. So you say you come out here every year?
Just seeing everybody here, I used to meet up with friends down here. Used to see a lot of familiar faces. I've seen a few of my friends walk around here, so it's pretty nice just seeing the community come together and whatnot. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
What about the games? Do you play any of them?
I played, try to shoot some hoops in and bounce the frog in the little lily pad. I never win, but it's always fun. It's always the excitement of the game. It definitely gets you playing.
The excitement of trying to play them, but not actually winning anything. Yeah, so, back to Griffin and Shannon to continue the show.
All right, well, speaking of elephant ears, I really like mine, but...
Also, those games, like he was saying, impossible to win. I try every year. Once again, I come home with nothing. I try and get a big stuffed monkey, nothing.
See, I almost wish I could just pay him. Here's this many tickets. Give me a stuffed monkey,
I agree. I 1000% agree.
Absolutely. All right, well...
So are you interested in any film and or broadcast? Well, good news for you. Here at ONTV, you have the opportunity to take part in a newscast just like the one we are doing right now. ONTV provides classes every 5 weeks in teaching the ins and outs of the broadcast industry. We provide a class on in-the-field experience and the opportunity to work with just handheld cameras and to be able to shoot on location, everything that you need to know in the broadcast field. There's also studio classes that you can take where you get to learn the process of making and producing possibly your own TV show. So if you have any good ideas, hit us up. But so as Shannon said earlier, if you live in Lake Orion, it is $10 a class. If you live outside of Lake Orion, it is $25. And if you're interested in becoming anything, a director, a producer, on-air talent, cameraman, anything that can help us and create our shows, please let us know. Our website is ONTV.org, and you can contact us at 248-393-1060.
Absolutely, come out. It is an amazing program, and it gets you right and started and ready to be in the field. So now while you're checking out those classes and that website, we're going to take it to a short break.
Yeah, but don't go away. We have more fun things you can do this summer when we get back.
Absolutely. And we are going to tell you more information on the famous beer tent here at the Jubilee and hear from one of Lake Orion's local business owners.
Stay tuned.
Hello, I'm Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard.
And I'm former Detroit Red Wing Joe Koster.
we'd like to remind you to practice safe boating by knowing the laws regarding water safety.
Please make sure you have the necessary safety equipment on board and be sure all of your equipment is working properly before leaving the dock.
And the probability of being involved in a boating accident nearly doubles when alcohol is involved. Always check local weather conditions, and if you notice darkening clouds, play it safe. Get off the water. Have a safe, enjoyable summer on the lake.
Today, Eric Almirola behind the wheel in that 43 car.
We all have a role to play here at Richard Petty Motorsports. We respect each other, work hard, and that helped us get the big win in Daytona. My partners in the U.S. Air Force also know that it takes a team to make each mission a success. Your coworkers, family, and friends are your team. Treat them with respect, and together you can accomplish great things. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Today, a new creature walks among us, terrorizing innocent citizens. Until this threat can be contained, we must all be on the lookout for the dreaded digital deadwalkers.
Dude!
They're not looking out for you.
Engage!
A public service safety message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, who want to keep everyone well connected with strong, healthy bones.
If you keep tanning, indoors or out, the effects of harmful rays will show up on your skin. Wrinkles, age spots, and an increased risk of melanoma, the second most common cancer in women 15 to 29. Stop tanning. Time may not be on your side. Learn how to protect your skin at spotskincancer.org. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
And we are back with our first ever live on location here at the Jubilee. Having so much fun so far, covered some great stories. Before the week, we touched base on some concerts of the summer, which you guys should go check out, and an annual car show.
And so next we're going to talk about the famous beer tent that Shannon was mentioning, and then we'll also touch base on the upcoming Lake Orion High School football season. But first, we were able to ride some of the rides here before at Owen while we were setting up and rehearsing and everything like that. And as we said earlier, though, we're a little bit of wimps when it comes to rides.
A little bit.
We didn't want to be too nauseated or anything like that
Right.
before coming on. But so the perfect ride for us was this one simply behind us with the elephants spinning in the circles. It was very calm, very relaxing. You got to go up high and up down
not
low.
too short, you know.
But
And the people at Skirback Brothers here, they provide the rides every year. Awesome guys. They're really kind. They offered us free passes. Not everyone, just ONTV. But it was sweet of them, and they put on a great show here. So.
Absolutely. And then, you know, when you're just jamming in your either pink or blue elephant, you're jamming out to some music that you have in the background. It was a very, very fun, relaxing ride.
Honestly, I think we were whooping and hollering a little more than the average 10-year-old, but it was a good time to be a kid.
Very fun. Very fun time.
So make sure
you can check that out on social media. I know I uploaded a Facebook video of us on the ride, and some of our crew members, you know, lifting their hands up and screaming and shouting. So do check us out on Facebook to see that video and other pictures like that.
Make sure you follow us on Twitter and Facebook. You can usually find us by typing in ONTV or Orion ONTV. We post all our different show times and different events that we're doing and taking part in. So we've been live tweeting and live Facebook all throughout the show. So make sure you check it out. One thing that is true about Lake Orion community is that we are chock full of several different local businesses and community, ranging from restaurants to coffee shops to stores to venues. We have them all. Focusing more on a local business, we caught up with a business owner of Broadway Records right here in town to get their take on community and their role as a local business owner.
Doing this for 35 years now. I started out on Broadway, that's why I called the store Broadway Records. And after the big fire we had back in '04, I moved into this place. So this is a lot smaller than the place I used to have. I think they've had the Jubilee pretty much every year since I've been here, except for a couple years when they moved it over to Canterbury there for a while, I guess. But now they're back downtown with it again, and I think it's a great thing. It's a good way to bring people downtown, and it's, you know, it makes a lot of money for charities and things like that. And you know, it gets kind of hectic around here, you know, for those 3 or 4 days, and so it brings a lot of new business for me. A lot of people maybe weren't aware that I was here, but at the same time, it's kind of a downfall because a lot of my regular customers don't come around that weekend because there's no place to park, you know.
Yeah.
But that's okay, you know, that's the way it goes. But it's always a good time, and I always have a lot of fun just watching the people going by out there. It varies. Sometimes things get pretty quiet, you know. I mean, there's a lot of activity, a lot of rides, and people are, you know, concentrating on that. So a lot of times I don't really get that much in the way of business. But then other times, you know, people will see me there. Maybe they didn't know I was here, or maybe some of my regulars brought their kids to the fair, and so they'll stop in while the kid's out riding something. And so, you know, it comes and goes. But overall, it's you know, it's always been a positive experience for me. Well, just from my little vantage point here, I just all I can see is the people that come down, and I know a lot of people bring their kids, and you know, you see young and old, and just everybody comes down. Everybody likes to come to the fair, you know, and enjoy the kids get to ride on the rides, and there's always plenty of food and everything else to go around. So it's, you know, to me that's what a fair is supposed to be. You know, it's just something where people can go on the weekend or the holiday and just have a good time.
Wow, what a great place. I'm telling you, local businesses around Lake Orion are everywhere. That is awesome.
Absolutely, and the record player is kind of on the back way,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
it's coming
I
back.
see a lot of my friends and a lot of my friends in college, you know, they got these record players and they're, you know, trying to act all cool because they're all vintage and everything.
Yeah.
So for sure, if you have a record player and you need any records and you want to, you know, improve your collection, head over to Broadway Records,
Yeah.
you can get a good one.
Definitely. I mean, I know my parents, I wanted a record player, and they were like, record players? Who knows records anymore? Do you even know what that is? Yes, we do. Us millennials have a clue here and there, so make sure you show up and look at that cool record store. So every year, the beer tent event comes along with the annual Jubilee, and it is such a popular event amongst those who are 21 and up. The beer tent is located in the parking lot right next to Children's Park and is open today and tomorrow from 12:30 p.m. till midnight. The beer tent will see 2 performers come through. One band that comes through quite often is Scotty Doesn't Know, which I've heard is a good band, and you should really go out. And they take the stage tonight from 8 to midnight. Tomorrow, we see a 2012 Lake Orion High School grad, DJ Austin Arquette, takes the stage from 8 until close. So make sure you show up and help you know, support the Dragon alumni. And the event is open to all people who are legal to drink.
Once again, Shannon, if I was legally able to, I would totally be there. I hear that DJ Austin Arquette, unbelievable.
Yeah, me too, and I'm there with you. You know, we'll turn 21. We'll come back to the Jubilee.
2 more years and we'll be here, you know, just, you know, having a good time and
Yeah.
supporting the Jubilee for
Stay
sure.
fun, yeah.
But first, we're going to send it back to Melissa. She's on the street trying to get in there and figure out what is happening down there at the Jubilee and how it's going.
Yeah,
So
let's send it over to her, Melissa.
Thanks, guys. So I am here with a lovely family that I just met. So tell me about your experience with the carnival today.
The carnival is lots of fun. I feel like it's catered to lots of families, whether you have older kids or if you have younger kids like we have. There's a little bit of something for everybody here.
What has been your favorite thing today that you've done?
What's your favorite thing? Is it the rides? Yeah, the rides. The rides are a lot of fun, and there's lots of good options for smaller kids, where some of the other fairs might not have a lot of options. This fair has a lot of good options as long as they're over 36 inches, for sure.
So what has been your favorite ride so far?
What ride? Did you like the elephants? So she liked the elephants. They had flying elephants, and she loved the elephants.
Yeah. The flying elephants, that sounds like a fun one right there. So do you guys do a lot of different Lake Orion events, or is this your first?
We live in Oxford, so Lake Orion's just right down the road for us. We enjoy downtown Lake Orion. They've got the great park downtown. Good slides, right? Yeah. Good slides and some good restaurants down here. So we come to Lake Orion a lot. Great shops down here too. Yep.
Have you guys tried any of the carnival food?
We have not tried carnival food yet. We did eat some dinner already, so we plan on getting some dessert somewhere. So we'll be hitting that up sooner or later.
What desserts do you think you might try?
Do you want to try an elephant ear?
Or cotton
Cotton candy? Yeah.
She'll want it all. She'll want to eat all the different desserts. Well, thank you guys so much for talking to me, and I'm glad that you guys are having fun, and I hope you guys continue to have fun at this carnival.
Thank you.
So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Waved all the people at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming. Yeah.
All right. Well, that little girl was so precious.
And she knew what was up. The elephant ride,
Yes.
as we were talking about earlier.
You know, Griffin, and I think it's a little sad that a 4-year-old finds the same ride, the favorite.
Hey, that ride was so much fun.
Absolutely.
Don't even, Shannon.
Yeah.
Like,
It is fun. And you know what was also mentioned for about the third time? Our elephant ears.
so Melissa, where you at?
Melissa, we're looking for the elephant ears. All right. Well,
So I know personally, I really don't want to start thinking about the end of summer already because it just started. But eventually, I know it will come, and then the fall will roll in, which brings cold weather and the leaves falling and everything like that. But that also does bring in LO football. So the varsity football team will possibly start up in the fall, of course. And their schedule has been released. They were able to make the playoffs last year, but lost in the first round. But as you can see on your screen right now, they have a very tough schedule. You have to play schools like Chippewa Valley, Rochester Adams, West Bloomfield, and of course crosstown rivals Oxford and Clarkson. So we hope the best for them and their upcoming season. But as we know, and we face every year, a very tough schedule in the OAA Red Division. But so now back in September, longtime Dragons varsity football coach Chris Bell became the athletic director. And so while he coached through that year, he somehow had to be the athletic director and the head coach, and he knew both of those would not work together. So throughout the season, he had to find his replacement. Announced that John Blackstock would replace Chris Bell as the head coach of the varsity football team. A Bad Axe native, Blackstock was hired in 1998 as a phys ed teacher and assistant coach. For 19 years, he coached varsity defensive backs and coordinated special teams. In January, he was appointed varsity head coach to allow former head coach Chris Bell to focus on his duties as athletic director.
You know, excited, nervous, and a little bit of everything in between. But you know, that nervousness has really turned to excitement now.
The Dragons finished the 2016 season with a 5-4 record to make the playoffs, only to lose to Romeo in the first round. Although the team is losing a lot of graduating seniors, he told us members of the 2017 squad have been lifting weights since Thanksgiving, and coaches are already prepping for the 2017 season.
I told the kids at the first meeting when Chris introduced me as the head coach that I really equate the whole thing to like buying a house. You know, and sometimes somebody buys a house and they go in and they knock down the walls and they rip up the foundation because it's just easier to start over. And I said that's not the case in this situation. You know, Chris has built a great house. Our foundation, which is our community support, our school administration, our coaching staff is solid. You know, our structure, our walls, our support is still all in place with most all of our coaches returning. You know, I told the kids, you know, we're going to make it our own house. Sure, we might change the carpet in a room. We might rip down a little bit of wallpaper here and hang some pictures to give it our own identity. But for the most part, the house is solid and strong, and there's no need to make a major change in that area.
He went on to say that since being named varsity head coach, he has received words of encouragement from the Lake Orion community.
Thanks for the support. I've been humbled by the outpouring of well wishes and support of phone calls and text messages and emails from the community, from the district, people that work in the district, from former players, from the current players. And I'd like to thank my family for being really supportive of me and taking on this challenge.
The Lake Orion varsity football schedule has already been announced. The Dragons kick off the season on Thursday, August 24th, when they travel to Chippewa Valley, then host their home opener on Thursday, August 31st against Rochester Adams, the first of 4 home games in a row leading up to the homecoming game against Southfield A&T on September 22nd.
And so, just like Melissa said, the schedule has been released and everything like that has been announced. They're going to be traveling to Chippewa Valley on August 24th. It's going to be a very tough road game for the Dragons. And then they will have their home opener the next Thursday on August 31st against Adams. And then they'll have that 4-game home streak before they have to play the homecoming game against Southfield A&T.
Yeah, and we wish the best of luck to the Dragons football team this fall. I know the best parts of my high school and fall was the football games and coming out and supporting. And also, congratulations to the new coach, and I wish you the best of luck. So the fun does not end with the Jubilee. If you miss the fireworks show, which is tomorrow at 10 p.m. here at the Jubilee, then you are not too late for the annual Lake Orion fireworks show. Come down to either the village side or the township side of Lake Orion as they battle it out in the dueling fireworks. This event takes place July 1st starting at 9 p.m. and goes until the finale at 10:30. The Lake Orion Fireworks Association spends over $60,000, and that is all in donations by the community. So they spend a lot of money on these fireworks, so I'm sure it'll be an amazing show like it always is. These fireworks were also listed as one of the top fireworks shows in the state of Michigan, so you definitely don't want to miss out. Again, that is July 1st from 9 to 10:30 p.m.
And now, of course, after the Jubilee, everyone's going to be looking for stuff to do. They're going to have this jam-packed weekend, and then after this, they're going to be like, oh, well, what's going on? Don't be afraid. Dragon on the Lake, of course, the annual Lake Orion tradition, will be happening August 24th through the 27th. It will start off on Thursday with a foam party that will be available for ages from 3 to 6 for all ages, and then 7 to 10 for anyone that is 21 and older. On Friday, there will be a lighted boat parade that begins at 8:30, and then on Saturday throughout the day, there will be a number of musical performances like bands like Trippin' Dixie and Mia Green, along with events like the Dragon Boat Practice Race. And then finally, on the last day, there will once again be lots of musical performances and stuff like that. And then finally, the annual Dragon Boat Race will occur. So make sure you clear your calendars, August 24th through the 27th. Make sure you get there, bring your tap shoes, enjoy the music and the festivities, and just make sure that you really get your boogie on, just anything, to get you into the groove and spirit of the summer. So once again, August 24th through the 27th, Dragon on the Lake.
Yeah, I've been at Dragon on the Lake many times in summers past, and it's always a great time, so I'm sure that this is no different.
Absolutely.
So absolutely go out, have a good time, get some tapping shoes like Griffin, and enjoy yourself. So, well, unfortunately, we are almost at the end of our show. It's been a great time so far here at the Jubilee. But before we end, we're going to send it on over to our awesome reporter in the field, Melissa Kratt, and one more time to give us a scoop in downtown Lake Orion.
Thanks, guys. So, to all the viewers out there, thank you so much for tuning in. The carnival has been amazing. Plenty of people and rides and a ton of fun. So come out and enjoy it. It's going on throughout the weekend. And sorry, guys, I couldn't get you the elephant ears, but how about, I don't know, get them after the show maybe. So, signing off, I'm Melissa Kratt, and let's head it back to Griffin and Shannon to wrap up the show.
All right, thank you so much, Melissa. It's okay. We can get our own elephant ears.
It is what it is.
So just remember, the fun does not stop here in the Jubilee this summer. It goes today, tomorrow, and Sunday with a fireworks show at 10 p.m. tomorrow. The Jubilee is the beginning of the week for the LO American Summer. Remember, that is, starts yesterday, goes all throughout the week. We have the pub crawl on the 29th and restaurant week. So if you want to go check that out, you can check it out at loamericansummer.org and for more information.
And of course, the 4th of July dueling fireworks will be taking place. The concerts we've been talking about that will be going on at Wildwood and in the park. The classic car show that, if you're not into cars, who cares? They're cool. And then Dragon on the Lake, August 24th through the 27th. I mean, what else could you ask for this summer in Lake Orion?
Absolutely.
And so after that, after our recap, that's our first ever live on-location Jubilee show is coming to an end. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast just as much as we loved giving you the news today.
Absolutely. Thank you for all the viewers that are out there. We had such a fun time, and hopefully we will be back next year. This was such a great opportunity. So make sure you watch this broadcast and many more at social media platforms found at our website at ONTV.org and on your TV on channel 10, 20, and 22 for Comcast and channel 99 for AT&T.
Shannon, I don't know about you, but I think I'm ready to go ride some more rides and get my elephant ear, actually.
Me too. So we're going to wrap this up here.
For ONTV, I'm Griffin Stroin.
And I'm Shannon Line. Have a good night, LO.